Nepal is one of the best countries for hiking, not only because it's the birthplace of Mount Everest, aka the top of the world, but also because it's the motherland of the Himalaya region, which hosts the most magnificent mountains of our planet. So when I traveled in Nepal back in September, going for a trek in the mountains was not even a question. And I think this video will show you exactly what I mean by that. Our plan was to combine the Poon Hill trek with the Annapurna Base Camp trek. The Poon Hill trek is a relatively easy and family-friendly trek that takes you to the Poon Hill viewpoint, which is at 3,210 meters above sea level. The Annapurna Base Camp trek is a more challenging but still accessible trek that takes you to the base camp at the bottom of the Annapurna 2, one of the 14 mountains in the world which summits above 8,000 meters. The best period to hike in Nepal is between October and November, and the worst is during the monsoon season in July and August, because of the heavy rain, the dangerous landslides and the leeches. To hike in the Annapurna region, you have two choices. Either you choose to take a guide or you don't. We decided to go on our own because we had this amazing application called mappy.cz, which is completely free and which records all the hiking routes in the world. It also shows you the water sources as well as the shelters for hikers. So we were confident enough to plan it on our own, and it was a great choice. If you're looking for a local guide, I'll put in the description below the contacts of two very nice guides we met along the way who kindly helped us even though we were not their clients. To be able to hike in Nepal, you need a hiking permit. This permit, you need to get it at the permit office, which is located either in Pokhara or in Kathmandu. I would strongly advise you to check the opening hours of the office and to go really early, because when it's peak season, it can take a long time. The starting point for most hikers is Pokhara. It's the second largest city in Nepal and it's rather touristic. For the hiking gears, don't worry if you come under-equipped, because there are tons of shops that sell all the gears and equipment you can dream of for hiking. Most of the shops sell fake brands, so it doesn't cost a lot, but obviously the quality is lower. However, for regular hikers who are not professional climbers, it can save you if you forgot some things home. For the accommodation, we stayed at the Pokhara Backpackers Hostel, which I highly recommend because they have a locked storage room where you can leave your stuff in case you don't want to carry them all during your trek. On the first day, we took a public bus from Pokhara to Nayapur. Then we started our hike towards our first stop called Ulleri. I was directly shocked by the beauty of the nature, the density of the jungle and the number of waterfalls. C'est trop beau. One thing hurt it a bit though, the stairs. There were more than 3,000 stairs to climb, and trust me, you feel it in your butt and your legs at the end of the day. The reason for that is because we started on the Poon Hill trek route, which is accessible for children and families. But luckily, we knew that this wouldn't be the case for the whole trek. At the end of the day, we arrived in Ulleri and we chose to sleep at the Hotel Four Seasons and restaurants. There are many tea houses like this along the trek, but make sure to book them in advance during high touristic season.
Aujourd'hui, la journée c'était comme ce plat quoi. C'était de l'arnaque.
C'est vraiment l'arnaque. La dernière fois que je pars marcher avec vous, je vous le dis.
La 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 la.
No, today Ghorepani.
You?
Yeah.
You don't live here.
Yeah. Are you a guide?
Are you a guide? For the two British people?
Yeah, I know that I'm porter.
Uh,
Okay, for them?
Yeah.
The man that we just met there was part of the many porters we saw who were carrying heavy tourist bags on their forehead, usually wearing flip-flops or open sandals on these rocky trails. Meanwhile, tourists were walking freely with the best hiking equipment available on the markets. These Nepali porters are very brave. They sometimes even carry washing machines or mattresses up to the remote areas. And surprisingly, they were the most smiling people we met along the trek. So back to the map, our plan for day 2 was to hike to the Poon Hill viewpoint and then to go down and spend the night in Ghorepani. It was amazing because the more we hiked up, the more waterfalls we saw.
En bas, j'aurais aussi pu voir des nuages, quoi.
Sous ta peau se cache un reflet. Trop loin pour le voir, mais je sais qu'un jour la pluie tombera. Comment faire si tu n'es plus là?
No? Beautiful. Yes, beautiful.
Allez, on va essayer une photo comme ça. Ça marche?
We spent the night in Ghorepani and we stayed at the Hungry Eye guest house, one of the best guest houses we experienced during this trek.
Namaste.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Putain, les mitochas.
Je te plumerai la tête, je te plumerai le bec, et la tête, et le bec, et la tête, et la note.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose.
Rasa sayang, hey, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey, linda pula raut, rasa sayang, sayang, hey, hey.
Day 3 was a longer day of hiking, so we set off at sunrise to avoid the rain in the afternoon and to be able to reach Chhomrong for the night. once arrived in Chhomrong, we stopped at the Excellent View guest house for the night. We ate dinner, met really nice people, and got a good recovery sleep for the next day.
C'est adorable. On peut faire exprès des trucs un peu qu'ils ne veulent pas.
Ah, leeches. These cute animals that are only dreaming of sucking your blood to become bigger and bigger and bigger. They're like vampires of the jungle. Luckily, they are only present during the monsoon season because they are attracted by humid and warm environments. The most efficient way to avoid them is to rub your shoes, feet, and socks with salt. Also, if you happen to have one sucking your blood, put salt on it before ripping it off, because otherwise it's going to bleed for a few days. But don't worry, it doesn't hurt at all, it's just a bit disgusting. So after covering our bodies with salt, just in case, we started our hike towards the Himalayas top. Namaste! After taking this little natural shower, we arrived at the Himalaya guest house where we ate some good food, chilled in the common room with other hikers, and rested for tomorrow, a big and exciting day.
So I wanna go far away from you. So I wanna go far away from you. I wanna go far away from you, far away with you. So I wanna go far away from you, far away with you. Leave this place for you.
Then it was time to leave this magical place, and we decided to hike down all the way until Bamboo. In Bamboo, we spontaneously stopped at the trekking guest house where we met Himal, the owner, and his cook. They were really friendly and we surely had a lot of fun with them. I highly recommend you their guest house. It's super cozy, clean and cheap, and they even agreed to let us see how they cook the delicious Nepali food we ate that night.
Oh wow! Dal.
Dal, wow. Chili.
One pizza, no problem.
Do you need something?
I want melted pizza. Cinnamon?
Yeah, cinnamon.
Yes.
my girlfriend. You cook, I eat. Yeah, and then massage. Good massage. Good, very good massage.
C'est la totale. Et demain, tu nettoieras les carreaux. C'est ça.
Yes, and then vegetables.
Will you put oil inside? Yeah.
Mix noodles et au steak.
Yes, wow. Salt.
Pepper.
What is that?
These are ketchup.
Ah, ketchup. A good cook, hein?
Yes.
Ah. Ouais. Ah oui, mais tout ça c'était pour toi en fait. Namaste.
Resham phiri re, resham phiri re, udera jaun ki डाँडामा बन्झ्याङ रेशम phiri re.
के भने बोल्नमा पहिलो दिनमा
For our last stop, Jinhu, we were pretty excited because natural hot springs were waiting for us there. Well, at least that's what we thought, because leeches are also fans of these kinds of moist and warm places. So we didn't enjoy the hot springs as much as we thought we would have. But luckily, we met a super cute and funny Nepali grandma at our guest house who made us forget about everything else.
Oh, namaste.
This.
Last but not least, we finished the hike on an adventurous note, because to go back to Pokhara from Jinhu, you can either take a small bus or a jeep. In our case, the bus couldn't drive all the way to Jinhu because of the bad condition of the roads and the landslides. So we took a jeep, and honestly, it was one of the funniest and scariest moments of my life so far.